Well, welcome back, everyone. So today I'm going to talk about, well, cold shuts and how they suck. Well, also stress fractures and not listening to advice from people who know better. So over the last few days, I've broken quite a few tongs. 5 pairs to be exact. In the process of forging them, I developed cold shuts like these ones that I talked about in the last one. Broke off the ring. This side has a decent sized little crack in it, right behind the boss. But I tried using them after I broke all the other ones because I didn't really want to try to forge out another pair at the end of the day. But this one forged on the front side of the boss. The rest of them all, they just varied between the front and back and all over the place. And there's stress fractures and like this, leaving the metal in the fire too long and melting off a good 4 inches of steel. I was gonna make a fork, melted the tip off there. It's still salvageable. I could probably just whack it off there. I don't know what the hell I was doing there. I think I was smashing that to hold on to. But if you can tell, it was melted and left in the fire too long. I had made quite a few little strikers out of old files. This one here had stress fractures all throughout it, broken 3 pieces when I was cleaning it up. I had a couple other floating around here somewhere. It got a bunch of cracks in them. This one's got a nice cracks along here. Where'd that other one go? This one right here, it's got I don't know if you can actually see that or not, but it's cracked from there to there. I'm not sure exactly how deep it goes, but it's cracked. So anyways, I took a little break, decided to talk to some people and find out my problem, or not my problem, but what I was doing wrong, and made me a new pair of tongs. There's no stress fractures or cold shuts in these ones, so they're pretty good for now. They get the job done. And then there's the 3 new strikers that I've made. They're made from an old metal brake tool thing. I'm not sure exactly the metal. It's actually a Harbor Freight 30-inch metal brake. But they harden up nice. I didn't get any cold shuts or stress fractures. And they look decent. They're not perfect, but they work. And then I practice on making a couple little bladed objects. This one here. It's my little letter opener. It's made from an old bar magnet, and it's pretty decent. It no stress fractures. It hardened up nice. It'll skate a file. You can tell that's the handle. It's not hardened. I didn't even need to really harden it. It's just used for cutting open envelopes. And then there's this from a piece of rebar. I think it was a rebar. Yeah, this one was rebar, and this thing right here was just made from some mild steel. It was just a practice piece before I did this one. Try out some twists and some bends, and then threw it in the water to see if it will crack or shatter or show any surface cracks or anything like that. But learning progress, or learning whatever you want to call it. But it came out halfway decent. It works for what I needed around the shop, which isn't really much, just a practice piece really. Alright. Learned that I was working the metal too cold, or overheating it, or just working it too fast and developing cold shuts. which is what happened with all my tongs. Mainly this one. This one was the worst out of all of them. But they lasted one strike and they snapped. Kind of wish I had the footage, but I wasn't recording that on that occasion. I was just dicking around, having some fun. Same with these. They lasted about a month and broke on me. But, you know, things happen. But you move on. Learn from your mistakes. Do better the next time. Another thing, you know, if you're going to be doing hot cutting with a little thing like this, hot cut tool, make sure you get a striking plate or some kind of piece of metal between this and your anvil. Otherwise, you will wind up with a gouge in your anvil. Learned that the hard way. So, purchased myself a piece of metal from the scrapyard to put on the anvil between this. But, you know, just don't give up, even if you have failures. Just keep on trucking. Ask questions. Learn from the pros. And eventually you'll be the person that's getting the questions asked of them. Well, thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening to my little spiel. Yeah, everybody have a good holiday and take care and keep on making. All right, later.